Alright, here we go. Hello, this is CB Ultra 768, and welcome back to Let's Watch Ultraman Omega. And last time, I watched episode 12 of Omega, which was the first two-parter of the series, where in 11, he fought a new monster, and basically he lost his first fight trying to protect Kosei and everybody of the NDF, the National Defense Force, which has been established now, when they were trying to do their operation to put the kaiju from the first episode, but a different one named Graham to sleep. And then, yeah, in this one, basically, it followed Kosei having to, come to terms with, what he did. He blamed himself for Sorato getting hurt, to where Sorato was saying, you know what, I'm gonna leave. I never wanted to put you in danger. I'm sorry I forced this upon you. I'm just gonna go. Take care of yourself. And then, yeah. And we basically had a moment where Kosei was just kind of wandering. He even went back to that area where the kaiju attacked, where he met this science lady. I do not believe we have her name yet, but I believe she's supposed to be the person that IU talked about in a couple last episodes, saying, oh yeah, I look up to this person. She's the one that got me into this. And her and Kosei basically went around gathering kaiju samples to bring back to the lab that they could use to figure out a way to defeat this creature. And she just gave him some words of encouragement and helped him basically get back into wanting to, keep going and fight to. And his lesson he learned was, he at first was doing it for the glory, but then he realizes, I am not just doing this for that. I really want to protect people. That's more important than what I was thinking about previously. And then, yeah, thanks to their DNA samples, IU came up with a plan to neutralize the kaiju's power, which was basically it could eat other kaiju to gain their powers. Which the first one, he had the shoulder laser, and then the second one was the giant frog, and started spewing poison out of his shoulder. But yeah, they came up with a plan, put harpoons on it, and electrocute it with high amounts of energy to try to kill it. But then that didn't work, but with help with Omega and Reckoness and Kosei, they managed to put the harpoons back in when the first operation failed. And they managed to actually deactivate its powers, so then Omega could transform into his Reckoness form and then finish him off. And pretty much, yeah, they're just back together now, and, they're just living their lives. Biggest thing that happened, though, was before the fight, IU witnessed Kosei bring out Reckoness, and after the battle, he finally saw that she's been watching the whole time. And he's like, I'll explain everything later, but please, I have to go. Because, again, he obviously probably doesn't want to get caught by the NDF, and he's got to make sure Sorato is safe and all that. So yeah, that's currently where we're at. The title of this episode 2 is also called IU Finds Out. So I'm assuming, yeah, she's about to find out that Sorato is Omega. And on the cover, I already saw we're getting apparently Pikmin. No, it is not the same one that showed up in Ultraman Blazar. What was that one called? Goemon, I think? I'll probably put the title up. But yeah, that one in Blazar was a robot used by aliens to try to take over the Earth. It was actually first established in the Ultra Q show. This one, yeah, is Pikmin. And I believe this character first showed up in the original Ultraman show, where he was actually a friendly kaiju. They actually brought him back, I think, for 2 episodes. The first episode was with Red King, and I think Red King killed him. And then he came back episodes later because there was a kaiju that was about to bring back all the kaiju that Ultraman has defeated to invade the Earth, and they had to go find it and stop it, and Pikmin was there, which unfortunately he died again. And then yeah, throughout the series he's shown up in other shows. There's even one in Ultraman Cosmos, but I believe it has a different name. Yeah, there's kind of different species of that character. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what that's going to be all about, and what IU's gonna think when she finds out Sorato is Ultraman, and what kind of threat are they gonna have to face in this episode. And again, I will say I keep getting spoiled, I think, too. Sting at thumbnails, because, I like to browse YouTube. But I think I do, and I've already said this, he's obviously gonna get a new power, so I think I've kind of see it, but I don't know the context. And maybe it's gonna happen in this episode, I'm assuming. We'll see. But enough of me jabbering. Let's get into the episode. Okay. Well, I mean, you had no choice, man. You had to hurry and help Serato. Uh-oh. What you smelling? Oh, jeez. What now? Oh, okay. I was like wondering, why is he smelling like a kaiju? Then it's like, oh, right. Because it's Pikmin, okay. That's why. I should I mean, I was just talking about it, but I didn't think he'd be right in their warehouse. I was like, oh shit, he's just there.
何してんの？思い出しながらだとうまく話せなさそうだし、カンペ作っとこうと思って。カンパイ？カンペ？カンペ？あ、整理しながら書き出すこと。
Why you gotta call it a cheat sheet? Just call it a script. Well, I'm gonna write myself a script just so I know what I want to say ahead of time. That's all.
確かあの時はそうだ。空との花になんか反応があって。ちょっと行ってくる。は？
I was wondering about this. So is this gonna be just a recap episode then? Because again, that usually is what they do with episode 13. It's just basically like, oh hey, remember how we got here? Which just feels kind of weird since we already had like a special episode, like what, back like 4 or 5 episodes before? But okay. Yeah, again, that'll be interesting to actually find out. Because, yeah, I'm assuming this is the two Reckonus and Trigon are his kaiju, but for some reason they won't listen to him. They only listen to Kosei. Maybe it's, again, an activation thing. Just whoever, you know, first comes into contact with them. But then it's like, why don't they listen to Omega? I wonder if they'll explain that. I like that as Kosei keeps trying to recount this stuff. He's like, oh man, the food after that was so good. He's like, god damn it, stay focused, Serato. We need to figure this stuff out. So far, I can't really decide if one form is a favorite or not. I really like both of them, like the sword form, the claw form. They're both really cool ideas. Especially I like how different they are. One is clearly like strength, and then this one's all about speed. Again, the basic Tiga format for having new abilities. Okay, so he's getting close, but as soon as he gets his memory back, I guess he'll remember. Like, again, I'm really curious to know where these things came from. Like, what are they? Were they created, or are they actually just creatures that were born this way? Like, what is their deal? I'm very excited to find that out in the future. Also, how's Pikmin gonna get involved in this episode? Oh, our cheat sheet. You don't want to forget about that. Uh-oh, here he comes. He's wandering in. So why are you here? How did you get in here? Yes. I think it's... We're almost there. Hopefully nothing's going to interrupt you telling the secret. I like how he does the paper ready for him. Oh boy. Watch out! Pikmin's eating all your food! Oh, calm down. He's fine. Yeah. I would say. I figured he's right away gonna know who Pikmin is, of course. Yeah. Exactly. Oh, poor guy. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Pain Bane, go away. I like that little song. That's cute. Oh, I really like that. I figured as soon as he sees him, he was gonna treat him very nicely. Of course. So far overall, this ain't a bad recap episode. Just nice of the characters recalling. And now, yeah, we're getting IU's perspective. You know, she's probably thinking she can't trust these guys, but she's like, you know what? These guys are okay. We've had some good times together. I trust them. But I still need to know some stuff. Oh yeah, awakening, right. I will say, yeah. He was very ominous about that, right? I kind of forgot about that. Dang it. Stinking amnesia. Like I said, probably the thing is he knows something bad is coming. He remembers, he knows what it is, but he's like, I can't remember. I know something is like, I'm assuming that's what it is. Something is awakening these kaiju to attack. But the question is, what is it?
こいつも本来なら海の向こうの無人島に住んでるはずなんだよ。
そうなの？何かの影響で本土まで流れてきたのかな。それでさまよってるうちに太陽倉庫に。
かもな。
Okay. So yeah, that is true. Cause yeah, him and Red King came from like an island. So it's like, yeah, how did he get here? And why is he here? What? Oh no, not the police.
よし。俺がひとっ飛びして島に返してくるよ。
Yeah, let's say he's like, dude, you haven't even revealed your secret yet. Oh wow, he's not even just gonna explain it right now. He's like, I'll tell you later. Even though again, she should figure out, like, wait, fly? Then that must mean. Oh, you gonna tell her, or is she gonna be like, actually, I'll wait until he says it.
現場に求められるのはキャリアじゃない
NDF の隊員さんなんだけどね。
NDF
I would say, yeah, they seem to be focusing on him, so is he gonna become a reoccurring character, I imagine? Which, so far, I like him. And I'd be curious to see more of him.
NDF の中でもオメガに一定の理解を示す人たちが
Sweet. That probably means in the future the NDF will help him out if he needs help with fighting kaiju then. Sweet, we got ourselves a proper defense force. I mean, again, it kind of reminds me of like Ark when he was like fighting the that one monster, put him on a cross, and then like the EDF came to help him, which was a nice little moment.
二人のこと見てたらなんか今までのことを思い出しちゃって。
ああいうね。
私はこれからも友人として二人の隣にいたい。
Yay! Oh, that's good to hear. Because again, even though she knows they were keeping secrets, she's like, I still trust you guys. I really enjoy being with you. I like that. That's nice. It's nice to see she still wants to be friends even with all the secrets they've been keeping.
そっか。あゆねがそれでいいなら、俺も今まで通りやるよ。
空とさんもいろいろ大変だと思うけど。
Oh, so he's not gonna directly tell her.
戻ったら教えて。
Okay. So I guess she still basically doesn't know he's Omega because she's like, you know what? I'm not gonna dig. When he's ready to tell me, I guess. Or again, maybe deep down she just knows. Yeah. Yeah, again, I guess the idea is like, you know what? I don't need to know his secret. I'm good. As long as we're still friends, nothing really matters, I guess. Or I could be misreading the scene. If I am, I apologize. He's like, you do it. I'm too tired after flying Pikmin back.
そっか。あの時後世に初めて会ったんだよな。そういえば空とって気づいたら裸で山の中にいたんだよな。服とかどうしたんだ？もう親切な人がくれたんだよ。
Oh yeah, I did. I never actually thought about it. Yeah, where did he get the clothes? I was like, oh, just some nice guy. Makes me think of the movie. Me and my mom watched a movie called Fight or Flight, where the main character had bloody shirt, and then the taxi driver gave him his shirt so he can get on the plane, which I found funny. I like that. It's like, oh, what a nice guy to give him some clothes.
Omega.
I would like it if he asked him about that. It's like, so why did you call yourself Omega? Because yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't asked him, like, so we call you Sorata, but why do you call yourself Omega? Who gave you that name? Still don't know about that either. Oh, right, we're going back to this memory, right? Yep. Like, yeah, definitely looking at it, it's like he tried to shoot something, it deflected, and then it's shooting back at him. Which I believe we're gonna get in the next episode, actually. I think I saw the thumbnail for the preview for the next one.
これからもよろしくな。
Yeah.
ところで昴生。
お？
Hmm? What?
俺。腹減った。
Oh. Damn it, I thought it was gonna be something important. Of course. Like, I was thinking, like, is he actually gonna say something important, or is it gonna be food? Of course. Oh, what's going on with them? I imagine it probably has something to do with the next episode, now that I think about it. Yeah. Alright, so that was episode 13 of Omega. I didn't really think about it. I didn't think they were going to do that, but I was like, okay, so yeah, so they did a recap episode. It just, again, it felt a bit weird, but I mean, hey, you know, at least this one actually had, like, a little story to it, which I usually prefer those kind of recap episodes compared to, like, that special episode I watched, where it was just the guy in his office listening to a podcast and then recounting, like, what happened. Like, honestly, like, that is the kind of episode you could just kind of skip, because just kind of, like, unless you want to see that actor doing goofy stuff, there's really no purpose to watch that one. And again, like this one, at least it had, like, a little story with the Pikmin, that it somehow wandered from its island, apparently, and Omega had to fly him back. So did that thing swim across an ocean or something? How did it get here? That's what I'm curious about. And again, like, is it just native to this Earth, then? Because, I mean, the whole premise of this show was, weren't there, like, no kaiju on this Earth? Or maybe, like I said, I'm starting to think maybe there are kaiju in this world, too. It's just a lot of them, usually, again, have just been sleeping and they haven't been woken up. And as he's been saying, they're awakening. So, like, this world is now finally experiencing actual kaijus, just like any other Ultraman world that have them. But, yeah, overall, that was fun. Again, like I said, I didn't expect it was going to be a recap episode, but I was like, I should have known it is episode 13, and usually that is the episode that they will do the recap to basically be like, oh, hey, remember everything we've gone through now? To where you got this power, that power, and we had this moment happen and that, which again was nice. I really did like it, and again, like, they didn't directly tell her that he's Omega, right? She did hear him say fly, but I think she basically was like, you know what, I don't need you to tell me. I'll just wait until Serato is, like, ready, I guess. Like that's why she was like, I hope you get your memory back. But again, deep down, she definitely knows. She's just, you know, she didn't need to hear it out loud. She's like, I know now that you're Omega. And again, I'm curious in the next episode if maybe we'll see her just, like, showing, like, yeah, she knows already. And, I mean, that's also probably her way if she does know. She's just like, don't worry, I'll keep your secret. Because, you know, we're friends and I want us to stay friends. And maybe, again, that's why she didn't want them to directly tell her. Because, you know, she is kind of a scientist official. So, like, maybe she just doesn't want to have to reveal Omega if that's, like, part of her job, maybe. Again, I'm probably looking way too much into it, but whatever. But, yeah, overall, that was a fun little episode. Like I said, this video is probably going to be very short because, you know, didn't really have much to say. Just they kept commenting on old fights we've done before. But again, like I said, it was a nice little story with the little Pikmin there and stuff like that. And it was just fun to see that character again. And again, I was just like, oh, that's fun just to have, like, them encounter a kaiju and to even show Ayu, like, oh, see, don't worry, this kaiju's harmless. Like, not all of them are bad. And I mean, again, that's the thing, too. Like, even the ones that are smashing, you gotta think of them as, like, animals. They're not just inherently evil. Like Gomora. Like, Gomora wasn't just trying to kill people. It was going to a factory to try to eat. But unfortunately, it was gonna hurt people, so they had to put him down. So it's like, hey, it's what you gotta do. And I mean, that's what I find interesting about Ultraman. Because I used to think the kaiju were all just evil in Ultraman. But then when you really think about it, it's like, yeah, no. There are some evil ones. But a lot of the time, they're just animals. And it's like, in a situation, it's like, well, what are you going to do? Let it run rampant? Or if you could stop it now, you have to stop it. And that's what I find interesting. But yeah, that ending with Reckiness and Trigon glowing. Like I've already said, I already know he's going to be getting a new power. To tell you the truth, I'm not going to show it. I've seen kind of a thumbnail. I've been trying to avoid it, like, when it, like, flashes on. But, yeah, I know he's going to get a new power. And I'm assuming maybe the idea is going to be, like I've talked about before, it's going to use both of them. But instead of, like, what I, like, did, where I made that little edit where it's, like, Reckiness and Trigon on both sides, I think they're just maybe going to combine together and make a new armor, possibly. Or it might be something entirely different. And like I said, I think I did see the preview for the next episode. And we're about to see who was in the flashback we saw of Omega remembering something from his past. And I'm assuming, from what it looked like a humanoid alien. So we're about to get our first alien threat. And maybe they're the main threat. And we might actually finally get some answers of, okay, who the hell is like sending these kaiju here to attack this Earth, and why? Again, I'm excited to see what's going to happen next time. But yep, anyway, that's going to do it for this video. This has been CB Ultra 768, and I'll be back with some more Let's Watch Ultraman Omega next time. So stay tuned for that. Bye-bye.